So I'm Elizabeth Murphy, and I'm going to talk from the podium because I have very bad ADHD and it does not allow me to be confined and to talk at the same time. I need space. I am 25 years old and I'm from New York City. I collect learning disabilities, so I have a big box of them and ask about them later on. And I was put down in school, told I could never do things, never go to college. Now I have a master's in special ed and an undergrad in art education. I tried to be a special ed teacher, but was held back because of the certification test and how difficult that was for me. Now I work in an educational law office for educational advocates, so I tell students to get involved in their IEPs, tell parents when to get the services and when to get more services. And I just started working for Project Eye to Eye, which started in 1998 at Brown University. I know we have someone from Brown here. Project Eye to Eye is in 18 states, 30 colleges, and about 80 public schools. It is a mentoring program, not a tutoring program. Project Eye to Eye basically takes college students, brings them to a public school, a local public school, and does one-to-one mentoring. You need to have a learning disability, and the students also have learning disabilities, and you talk to them and communicate and basically let them know that I have an LD, I went to college, you can go to college, and how to go about that. We mentor from grammar school to high school, and we also have high schoolers mentoring grammar school children. You can start a chapter in your college if you don't already have one, and if you don't have one, I expect you to come to me after this and say, I want to start a chapter. It's very easy. We are a 501, so we are a nonprofit, so all your art supplies will be paid for. You get a small stipend, and the art is the way to communicate with the students. You don't want to lecture, you don't want to say what to do, but you want to create something together and let the students know that you created your education and they can create their own education. I believe firmly in this program because my background is in education and art, and I think art is a really great mode and tool on how to communicate. Recently, we just had a conference at Brown, and we broke a world record for the most LD people in one room yelling, I am LD and proud to be. So if you go to Project Eye to Eye's Facebook or their website, you can see our world record video on there, and that's really exciting. I'm really excited about that. So my closing things would be to Facebook Project Eye to Eye and start a chapter. Get involved in your own education so that you can advocate and mentor other people about education and programs like Project Eye to Eye. And you can also look up Susan Luger Associates, which is the advocate agency that I work for, and learn about the New York City laws and the New York State laws on advocacy and education. And any other questions, find me later on.
Okay, well, just for one, I happen to have MS, secondary progressive with severe fatigue. This is a big part of the definition of what I am. But I do not let it be any part of the definition of who I am. That is my choice. I am whoever I want to be. And how would you guys suggest getting this sort of an idea and message out to other people with disabilities? That it is part of what they are and they have to deal with it. But who they are is their choice. It can be anyone.
That's a really good question. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I mean, you could identify as 100 things. You obviously can identify as a male first and foremost, and I hope that people see you as a man and not as a wheelchair first. I could identify as a numerous amount of things. As soon as I meet somebody, like the first thing I ask them is, do you have a learning disability? And that's probably a good thing that I'm very open about it, and it's probably a bad thing that I'm instantly looking to connect with somebody as well with a learning disability. And I wouldn't date anybody without a learning disability either. It makes you something special. to answer your question, I would say is always be proud of who you are and what you are, and to educate people around you, whether it's a medical condition or a learning disability or a neurological disability. Thank you. But to let them know, like, you can say, hey, I have MS right away, and then you can talk about, but I'm from New Jersey or whatever. It's instantly go right off track. So I would say that when you first meet somebody, get it right out. Hey, I have LD, I'm dyslexic, get over it. If you can't read my spelling, move on. But hey, and I'm from New York, and I'm 25, I'm single, hey. Just keep going. Just keep going, would be my advice.
I have a question. This panel is about changing attitudes in the campus climate. I wanted to ask Ms. Carla, have you encountered any barriers or any attitude from the student body or the administration in getting the cultural center established?
In terms of the cultural center, it's very much in its infancy right now. We are a very small group of students that is working to make this happen. Mainly we're constrained by there's no place for us to put it. There's absolutely no room on our campus. So that's a big concern for us right now. Financial concerns are also a biggie for us right now. We have talked to some of the members of the administration about it, and they're very eager to help us with it, but unless we get space and money, I don't see it happening anytime in the very near future, but I will continue to work on that for as long as I'm at KU.
Yeah, Project I has encountered this problem where...
Other questions?
I'm sorry?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Project I has encountered this problem where the colleges allow us to come in and set up a mentoring program there, but they don't want us to be a club, because if you're a club on campus, you get funding. But a lot of schools have said that you're a club for only LD people, and that's discrimination. And I think that's hilarious to see it from somebody else's point, because it's like we're saying they can't be in our club. But our way around that now is that we are allowing people without LDs to join the club, and we'll do monthly speakings about LD, and we also only allow people with LD to mentor. But if you don't have an LD and you want to join, you can help us do media, buy art supplies, you can be involved. So that's our loophole to avoiding the bureaucracy on campus.
My name is Kelly Sharp. I'm from Davenport, Iowa. I also have a learning disability, and I have a question for Elizabeth Murphy. Have you always been this open with your disability? Because I'm kind of shy about mine still. And how did you get over it if you did?
It's a great question, Kelly. No, I did not identify as someone with a learning disability to anyone outside my family until I was like in college, in my undergrad, and so in my 20s. Now I'm very proud of it. I won't say I use it as an excuse, but I let people know so that they can accurately judge me and the work that I give them. Having a learning disability is, in my organization, we're trying to make it something cool, basically. In Project I, it's like, you're proud of this and you want to break the stigma, the social stigma. So, like a group of us were in a restaurant the other day, and the first thing we asked the waitress was, do you have a learning disability? And she was like, 504, what? And we were like really excited, and you know, the entire night was amazing because of that. So I think people are slowly changing, and there's a lot of people around you, and they're just scared to say something. I'm not 100% sure of the statistics right now, but I'm sure it's more than 30% of people having a learning disability in the world. And I think just by asking people right next to you, I mean, start with your family, start with your community, and that will help bring it out of you, and you can really help somebody. I mean, I don't know if you're a parent or a teacher, but if you can help the child next to you, you're going to help yourself, because kids give back so much. So mentor small and grow, and you will grow.
I'm so bad with names, but was it Kelly? What's your the project I had? Kelly?
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm really bad with names and faces.
It's all right.
What I was wondering is, since Project I works with students of wide age ranges, right?
Yes.
There's a disability honor society, at least at the college level right now, called Delta Alpha Pi, I believe it is. It's only about, I think, 30 or 40 schools now, some college campuses around the country. I've been encouraging people to expand it to their schools. But I was wondering if maybe it would be a good idea also to have it at the K-12 level, since high schools, for instance, have honor societies for students of different, French, Spanish, for academics, things like that. Do you think it would be a good idea to also have an honor society for students with disabilities in K-12 while people are expanding for it in higher education at the same time?
I mean, being on an honor roll or any sort of having a plaque and say I did really well in school is always great. I'm all for awards. I personally was on Honor Society in high school, and I thought that was like the best thing in the world for me. I was super proud. So yeah, from preschool, kids should get awards. I think after 8th grade, I didn't get a sticker on a paper, and when I was in grad school last year, someone gave me a sticker on my paper. I thought it was the best thing ever. So stickers, awards, yes. Everybody needs to be told that they're doing good or they're on the right track. So I hope that answers your question. Well, people with disabilities, yes.
Elizabeth, I noticed you go to Brooklyn College, which is a part of CUNY, and so do I. I mean, I don't go to Brooklyn, I go to Queens College, another college in CUNY. The thing on our campuses, we have organizations for disabled students that are clubs. Have you ever tried to partner with them or tried to partner with the learning disability counselor in the Office for Special Services?
I just joined Project I, and they love me so much, they said, why don't you be a speaker? And so I'm still feeling it out. I work at the NYU chapter currently because that's the only one we have in New York City, and my idea brought to the program was, why don't we not just contact everyone, but specifically target Office of Disabilities, art therapy majors, and art education and special education majors, because these people are obviously going to be slightly more in tune to our program. So yes, we are looking into targeting clubs that are going to really stick with our mentoring program, because you are a volunteer, and volunteers tend to drop out. We want really dedicated people, so yeah, we're on top of it.